If you remember in the movie, Lou, how are we going to do the back of my neck, like other than actually shaving it, which I prefer not to? Do you remember the design of Ricky Vaughn in the movie Charlie Sheen? How like, yeah, it was great.
Yeah, go big or go home, Leighton.
Yeah, that's what I
have it saved in there. Then you can have it cut up and cropped a little bit afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on, commit to the bit.
Yeah, you got to commit. You're right. All right, so we're going to randomize it 6 times. We got to get the goggles out. So realize that when I'm opening up packs the week of Halloween, and I have these goggles on, they're going to look like the glasses that John, it looks like we're stuck right up here. The glasses that Ricky had on in the movie, that's what I'll be wearing.
Gotta have little on crossbones on there, don't you?
Oh yeah, the black in the middle.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to play Wild Thing at least for a few seconds before YouTube gets upset at us. It's going to be great. All right. Got it, John, 6 times. So first person is going to be Andrew S. Last person is going to be Fred K. Good luck to everyone else in on the break. 1974 Topps basketball. Let's get to it. Sure.
Control-V.
Control-V. You got it. Now, Lou, where does your Halloween costume stand? Putting aside our major league, efforts here. Did you have any intention of dressing up whatsoever?
I do not have at this point, but I don't work that far ahead. As you get to know me better, you'll know that's a long way away.
Sounds good. We'll take one day at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go. Now, John, I kind of feel as though you should have goggles on. Mike is a little bit more neat than me when it comes to snapping these out of the packs. I have to say, Lou, when we were busting out the 55 Bowman at the National.
The goggles.
Yeah, at the National, that was very nerve-wracking. I'd like to tell you otherwise. Yeah, that was very nerve-wracking.
Those are the only things worth doing, though, Leighton.
Yep, absolutely.
Even after everything you've been through, to be up there and be excited about it, those are the situations you want to get into. You don't want things to be dull.
No, of course not. All right.
It could be talking to that Blades of Glory thing, though.
I like that a lot. Oh, my goodness.
So many options.
I feel like I've seen, back in the day, maybe high schoolish, just after high school, I feel like I saw groups of folks dress up as a few of the Hanson brothers from Slapshot. And if done well, that could be really good and funny.
Yeah.
Okay, bear with 1 second here. Let's clean off the center table. Yeah. All right.
Maybe Tom, Rico, and I could be the Hanson brothers.
Oh, my goodness, that would be great. I'm really hoping we can get these guys on board. It's going to be a lot of fun. And you know what we'll do? We'll have Tom's lovely wife, Ellen, like she'll be the manager. I don't remember exactly how the movie went, but, she'll play the manager role.
That's right.
We'll get her dressed in like some 70s. We'll get her dressed in some 70s garb.
We need someone to do Newman with the big leather suit, the leather pants, and the leather coat.
Great, Russ. I'm glad you found out where to post it. And since, Russ wasn't the only person who may not have been sure, once again, folks, if you want to find PSA's Facebook page easily, just put it into your browser, facebook.com/PSA card. We will be the first thing that you will see on the on the PSA Facebook page, and that will be the Vintage Breaks live PSA show going on right now till 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time today. If you place a comment there, you will have a chance at winning a signed 16 by 20 Carlton Fisk photograph. We'll give that away next week to start the show, and a 1934 Gaudi Oscar Malillo. And don't forget, this is our first week of 5, headlined by this gorgeous 1962 Topps Roberto Clemente. Once again, all you have to do is make a comment on PSA's Facebook page during the show. Hey, Eric B., if I'm not mistaken, isn't Eric B. a fan of the Great American Collectibles Show?
Oh, yes, he is.
Yeah.
Just because people are still excited over here about it, just a closure on this, I think the set I was thinking of was the 87 Topps.
Well, 87 Topps for me was a classic, that's for sure.
Which has a triangular type of thing in the upper left, so I juxtaposed it a little bit.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so card number 1 is on the other side right here. Get rid of some of that old nasty gum. Okay, card number 1 is going out to Andrew, Joe Hamilton,
Joe Hamilton, Frank, and Reynolds.
Nice card, just a little bit off center, top to bottom. Uh-oh, I think Eric's getting a little crazy. He just said his dad's favorite player is Carlton Fisk.
Uh-oh.
I have a feeling he'll be making a comment and entering the contest. So this is a very interesting former ABA player. His name on the card is Roland Taylor. He was known as Fatty Taylor. And the reason why Mr. Taylor is significant to me...
He was known as what?
He was known as Fatty Taylor.
Fatty Taylor.
Fatty Taylor, 100%. And you can verify that with Mr. Dr. J. So Fatty Taylor is someone that I met when working way back in the day, about 13, 14 years ago at Leland's Auction House. And Mike Hefner invited me to go to a former NBA, it was like a retired players association, I wouldn't say it was a gala, it was a meeting. And he said, Leighton, go do your thing. I know you love basketball. Talk to the guys. See what kind of business we can drum up. So someone introduced me to Fatty Taylor. We got to talking. A lot of the folks in the ABA were in need of, money and not the easiest for them to try to find jobs. And so what we did was we put together a signing with Fatty Taylor, Dr. J, Moses Malone, George Gervin, and 20 other members, former members of the ABA. And we put out a limited edition basketball of 300. And I don't remember the exact split, but the players not only got paid upfront money, but then they got paid based on how the project did. And so that was my first ever, big private signing. We did 300 basketballs in the middle of Denver, Colorado during All-Star Weekend, the last time the All-Star Game was in Colorado. It was really cool.
Lots of stories told there, I would imagine.
Oh, my goodness. Let's just say, and he's no longer with us, so I think I can say it. Look at this card. This is gorgeous, by the way. 74 basketball, Nets team leader.
Irving holding there? Is that a regulation-sized ball?
If it is, it's got to be deflated. He looks like he's about to eat it for lunch.
Yeah.
That was a great pickup with the eye. So anyway, let's just say one of the former ABA players, and our good buddy Fred G, who was out there with me, Mr. Hefner did not come. I forgot what hotel we were staying at, not too far from downtown. He asked us, I like to say this with a straight face, it's going to be tough. He asked us if he minded if he could borrow one of our hotel rooms for a short little while.
Okay.
And I flat out said to him, I'm not that comfortable with that.
Yep.
Freddie, I'm not sure how you feel, but I'm sure the hotel may have other rooms for rent if you are in need of additional space. I did not want to know any more information, but oh my goodness, some of these folks were extremely entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
A lot of personality in that room, I would imagine.
One of the best things I did preparing for that trip and that signing, I had read the book Loose Balls, which is all about the ABA. Probably finished it 30 days before I went out there.
Oh, so you had some scouting.
Yeah, so, I knew a lot more about it. I mean, I had known about it, I think, a little bit anyway, but, getting some context and then putting the names with the faces and, actually having some of the personalities line up the way the book had suggested was awesome.
Wow, look at that shot, huh?
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to put this aside for a minute. I believe this is an extra, but these are let's just say these are the scratch-off game cards, and PSA grades these, and they can be, they're quite pesky to find in high grade. So, I'm going to get a blank card saver. I believe this is going to be an extra. We'll random that to someone in the break. If not, it'll be part of it. We'll see.
People who collect sets, would they cover it?
Very much so.
As part of the set? Yeah.
Especially the folks that collect the master sets.
Oh, explain the master set term to me.
Sure. So a master set, for example, let's talk 1952 top. Wow, this is a nice card. Check this out. Old school Sonics, love the purple. What a master set is, let's talk 1952 Topps baseball. It's getting every variation. So, for example, in 1952 Topps baseball, the low number series were made with red and black backs. So there are some folks that do not consider their set complete at 407 cards. They, in fact, would like to have 1 through 80, which is the low number series,
right, in
both the red and the black backs.
Oh, interesting.
And there's other variations throughout the 52 set. So my point is, if you really wanted to have a master 1974 basketball set, a lot of folks would say, hey, you need to have the scratch-off game set with it.
I think Paul here on the Facebook page is talking about PSA could offer to grade one of the better-shaped cards, help increase our views and sales. But you guys do that service if you have a a good shaped card, you'll do some grading for them, right?
Yes, we do. So it's kind of like the unofficial but official policy. If you get a big hit, you are likely to hear us say, "Would you like us to grade it on the house?" Folks like, and no offense to Mr. Herm Gilliam, if you want to grade Herm Gilliam, you probably would have to pay for that.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, how are you?
That's a name I actually know, by the way, Herm Gilliam.
Yeah,
And I don't know why.
Maybe you're thinking of Junior Gilliam. Wow, these cards are coming out nice. 74 basketball is not easy, and it looks to be there's several potential candidates for grading from this pack.
That looks like something from the set of Semi-Pro right there.
Okay, so it looks like I want to make sure this was a 6 card. So we got some. Oh, wait a minute, I did get it right. Oops. Okay. So that's the 10th card right here, and then we're going to Ooh, this is nice. Not many folks know, maybe folks that are diehard basketball fans like myself, but Pistol Pete was on the Jazz, the New Orleans Jazz, for a while.
That's right.
Gord, look at this card. Dead nut centered. Love to know the population on this, Lou. Maybe one of our fans out there or friends out there can help us. Card number 92 from the 1974 Topps basketball card set. This is Fred King's card. Great. So this is cool. Jim just mentioned, speaking of getting people's cards graded, so Jim from Massachusetts, he pulled a Dr. J rookie out of a 1972 Topps basketball pack with us live right here on our Vintage Break show. I think it was during our YouTube show. He recently got it back from PSA. It graded a PSA 8. We could check out psacard.com for auction data. It's a north of a $500 card. And the spots were $37.50. And he just got that card back. Hey, Ernie, how are you? First time watching us. Appreciate you joining us. That's the 1974 Topps basketball pack. Now we have to random this off.
Okay.
Thanks, Keith. So card number 92 has 9 PSA 9s. And only, wow, that's cool. There's only 2 PSA 10s and only 9 PSA 9s. So this is a tough card.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And again, when you're putting a set together, you get a 10 of a card like that. It helps bring up the grade of the set, which is why people are looking for them, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to randomize the list one more time. We're going to do it 5 times. Person on top will get the 74 Topps scratch-off game checklist card as an extra. 3, 4, and 5. Andrew S., this is yours. Congratulations. So I got some fun stuff I put off on the side here to show off.